Say Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahushai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahushai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahushai. First and foremost, we want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at Great Stone, and a blessed salutation to the Akiums in the four corners of the earth who push the gospel and sincerity and truth. Right? Come another lesson, to feed the elect of the nation of Israel, the 144,000 and the 1/3 million of children, and the confusion of faces from the heathen who are Israelites. Right? Salvation is to the Israelites. Right? So we come to the next lesson, right? We can just, go into some, some history, right? Because really most I doing is revealing this devil, right? You understand? So I was watching the news, around this article, they say America, at war in 7 countries, right? And they're talking about the amount of base that the Americans have around the world, So the scriptures, the Holy Scripture reveal who this devil is, right? And we gonna be doing in these days, which is these last days, right? You understand? So if the so-called white man is not the Edomite, who is the Edomite? If the so-called white man is not the wicked, who is the wicked? Right? You understand? If he's not, who is it? So, looking at this man track record, we see clearly that this man is the wicked. This is the man who oppressed a man and the house, even a man and his heritage. This is the man who proud and need to keep it at home. You understand? This is the devil, which is the so-called white man. Right? You understand? So we just go into some article, right? We just go into some of these articles up here, right? Right, this is the man, the devil himself, right? Um, who is the so-called white man? That is the devil. Understand? Right. So let me go into some of these right. Let's bring my second day. Right. Yeah, the so-called white man can't hide again. Spirit of the Lord revealing this devil, so he can't hide again. You understand? Be revealed, who he is. He's the devil, right? You understand? He be revealed who he is, right? So let me click on this article, right? So it said the United States probably has more foreign military base than the people, right? People go back to race, nation, right? Or empire in history, right? So which race of people or nationality, we want to call it, of people that have all these military base in other people's country? Japhet doing it, Ham doing it, Elam doing it, Moab doing it, Ishmael doing it. Ain't sure the Israelites doing it because we are the bottom of the table. We don't even have a land, a military base, nothing. So it can't be the Israelites, right? You understand? It can't be the Israelites. So which one the nation doing this? Right? Come on, look at this man track record. This man is the devil. Right? This man is the devil. Right? So we go into this, right? Um, make sure we're still connected. Right? Yeah, he said with the US military having withdrawn many of its force from Iraq and Afghanistan, most American would be will be forgiven for being unaware that hundreds of US bases, right, and hundreds of thousands of US troops still encircle the globe, right? He said all through few know it. He said the United States garrison the planet, right? He said United States garrison the planet unlikely any country in history, right? So who's the nation that doing this, right? He said, and if he said, and the evidence is on view from Honduras to Oman to Japan to Germany to Singapore to Djibouti, right? He said, like most American, for most of my life, I really thought about military base. He says scholar and former CIA consultant Chandler Johnson described we well. He said described me well when he wrote in the 2004 as a distinct for the people for other from other people do not recognize or do not want to recognize that the United States dominate the world through its military power due to government secrecy. Our citizens are often ignorant of the fact that our garrison encircle the planet, right? A lot of ignorant. You understand? That's really what the most I doing right now. The most I destroy the covering, right? That cover over the faces of the people. The most I this covering the covering right now through his men, right? Through his prophet that he set up, right? Um, It said to the extent that Americans think about these bases at all, we generally assume they are essential to national security and global peace. So there's the delusion that these devil give you, you know. There's the delusion, right? Um, he said our leaders have claimed as much since most of them were established during World War II and the early days of the Cold War. As a result, we considered the situation normal. US military installation exists, right? It's so like kind of under the weather, right? Right? Yeah. He said we consider that the situation is normal and accept that the US military installation exists in staggering numbers of other country on other people land. He said on the other hand, the idea that there would be foreign base on US soil is unthinkable. Right? You understand? Unthinkable. Right? So you got precepts that we could go into, Micah 2 and 1. Micah chapter 2, verse 1, verse 2. You oppress a man and his heritage, even a man and his house. You understand? Take land by violence. Who doing these things? Right? Who doing these things? You understand? So like he said, while he said while they are no freestanding foreign base permanently located in the United States. There are now around 800 US based in foreign country. Right? He's a proud man. Need to keep it at home. Who doing this thing? Ishmael doing this thing? Who is the so-called Arab? Mohab doing it? Who's the so-called Chinese? Ahmad? Who's the so-called Ham? Who's the so-called Africans? You understand? Elam? Who's the so-called East Indian? Damn sure it's not the Israelites because we are the bottom of the table. You understand? Is the Mennonites doing this? Yeah? No, it's the so-called white man. He is the criminal. He is the devil. He is the wicked. He is Satan. He is the one who go around oppressing people. Right? You understand? Right? It's such a US based in foreign country 70 years of after 70 years after the War II and 62 years after the Korea War. He said there are still 174 US base site in Germany, 113 in Japan, 83 in South Korea, according to Pentagon. It's 100 more dot the planet in around 80 countries, including Aruba, Australia, Bahrain, Bulgaria, Colombia, Kenya, and Qatar, among many other places. All too few Americans realize it. The United States likely has more base in foreign land than any other people, nation, or empire in history. So who's the criminal? Who is the criminal? Who going around oppressing people? Who is that criminal? You understand? It said oddly enough, however, the mainstream media report or comment on the issue for years, right? He said for years during the debate over the closure of the prison at the base in Guantanamo Bay, right? He said near it or politician, he said wounded why he said wonder why the United States had on Cuban territory or question whether we should have one there all. You understand? It's it's this is the devil track record, right? But a lot of our people blind, right? They're blind, right? It's 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 a really weird. It's a rarely does anyone ask if we needed hundreds of base overseas or if at an estimated annual cost of perhaps 156 billion or more, the United States can afford them. He said, really, does anyone wonder how we would feel if China, Russia, or Iran built even a single base anywhere near our border, let alone in the United States? Right? Can't come there. Right? It's it's without garrison without grasping the the dimension of the Gordon base world. It's a Chalmers Johnson insists one can begin to understand the size and nature of our imperial aspiration degree to which a new kind of militarism go back to going back to the the I right. This is where they're going back to, right? Yeah, the military militarism, right? He said, which a new kind of militarism is undermining our constitutional order, alarm and inspire by his work, and aware that relatively few have heeded his warning. I have spent years trying to track and understand what he called our empire of base. He said, while logic might seem to these base make us safe, which is a delusion. You understand? Our base. You see, I see a lot of people in this world are very ignorant. By you having base right in 80 country gonna make your land safe. When you use it, your military, you're supposed to defend your land and protect your land. You send your military in other land. There's a delusion, right? The so-called white man in these land stealing resources and stealing the people land, right? Oppressing the people, enslaving the people. This is what they're doing, right? You have a base in another country can't make your place safe. That you understand? But hey, these people are gullible, right? Right? He said, I have spent years trying to track and understand what he called our empire of base. While logic might seem to suggest that these bases make us safer, I have come to the Salakio. Yeah, I have come to the opposite conclusion in a range of ways. Seas base have made us all least less secure. Yeah, it can make you less secure. You understand? It can make it less secure because well, you have your military. You're supposed to protect your land. You have it in other people's country, stealing resources. Out of what you doing it for the safety of the American people. And the American people, they dumb as hell, right? Majority is you Israelite, tutorial you Israelite because you're not considering the time that you're in. You understand? You're not considering the time that you're in, right? Right? So he said, I have come to the opposite conclusion in a range of ways. Our overseas base have made us all less secure because these nations are gonna invade America. They're gonna invade America, and that's the prophecy soon come to pass, right? He said, harming everyone from the U.S. military personnel and their family to local living near the base to those of us whose tax pay for a way for government garrison the globe. You understand? Which nation doing this? Right? Which nation doing this? He said, we are now, as we have been for the last 7 decades, a base nation, right? Base nation. They are base men. They are base men. I think it's Daniel 4:17. They are base men, right? Extend around the world, and it said, and it is long past time that we face the fact. Yeah, face the truth. A lot of people don't want to face the truth. You understand? Face the truth, right? The so-called white man is the devil, right? He is the devil, right? It's a base, it's a base nation skill. Our eighth outside the 50th state and Washington, D.C. He said, come in all size and shape. Some are city size, little American, right? Place like Ram Ramstein Air Base in Germany and Kadena Air Base in Okinawa and the little Navy and Air Force Base in Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. These support our remarkable infrastructure, including school, hospital, power, plant housing complex, and any array of amenities. It's often referred to as Burger King, bowling alley, among the smallest U.S. installation globally, are little pad base, a cooperative application which tends to house drones, civilian aircraft, or pre-positioned weaponry and supply. These are increasingly found in Eastern Europe, Eastern Europe that had previous lacked much of the U.S. military presence, right? So you're just going into details, you understand? Going into details, this is a whole lot of information, eh? You understand? I could say, hey, this is the time of information, and this is a whole lot of information. You understand? Right? He's a proud man, need to keep it at home, right? This is a whole lot of information, right? Um, you read this one. It's right. It said the Pentagon overseas present in actually even larger, right? It said what? It said the Pentagon overseas present is actually larger. Yeah, you cannot be satisfied. Who enlarged his desires, hell and as death, right? Hell is the grave. The grave don't satisfy. You understand? You could bury the 7 billion people on the face of the earth, yet still the grave is full. So you understand? This is so-called white man, right? He said there are U.S. troops. He said there are U.S. troops or military personnel in about 160 foreign countries. You hear that? And is 194 country in this on this earth, right? And U.S. have 160 foreign, right? He said there are U.S. troops or other military personnel in about 160 foreign country and territory, including small number and marine guard. He said guard and embassy and large deployment or trainers. Yeah, who the train? The train ISIS, the train these terrorists, they fund these terrorists with money. They fund them with the arm them with military gears. You understand? This is who they train terrorists and come like they fighting terrorists, but use the one who train terrorists to overthrow government and to steal resources and oppress the people and enslave the people. Advisor like the 35,000 now working with me. And do not forget the Navy, two aircraft carrier, each should be considered a kind of floating base or navy. Hey, Salaki Akim, let me just say Salaki. All right, just a minute. Yeah, Salaki. Yeah, so this, right? So this is what's going on with this devil, right? Right? He said he said a roughly 3,500 working with the Iraq army, and do not forget the Navy. Um, Two, he said 11 aircraft carrier. He said each should be considered a kind of floating base, or as the Navy telling refer to them, he said 4.5 acre of sovereignty U.S. territory, finally above the sea. and find it growing military presence in space. You understand? So hey, you know, this is the devil, right? This is the devil, right? You understand? Right? Right? You get next one. Motherfucker, let me just read this precept here. Right? This is Second Thessalonians chapter chapter 2, verse 3. It said, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the perdition. He said, who oppose and exalt himself above all that is called God, right? Salakia. So let me use it back again. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and the age like we fall away, right? We lost our heritage, lost our identity. You understand? And we fall away with slavery, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, destruction, right? Who's the man that destroying the planet Earth? The so-called white man. He's the son, he's the man of sin, he's the son of perdition. Who he said, who oppose and exalt himself above all that is called God. Who's do that? The so-called white man. Who who saying that the way the Most High is not the right way? You know, you could be homosexual. Your children need vaccination when they're now born. You understand? Change times and laws. You understand? Who said the water, you put in fluoride in the water and all these things? Who doing these things? The so-called white man, or that is worship. Yeah, the so-called white man has been worshipped in this world. These nations, two-thirds of people, you know, they worship the devil. You understand? Which is the so-called white man. He said, so that he is as God, seated in his temple as God, showing himself that he is God. Right? He said, remember he not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now he know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. So this is the time of the so-called white man being revealed. He's the devil. He's the problem in the he's the problem on the face of the earth. Why have all these wars and all these disease, all these pestilence, and all these people being oppressed? The so-called white man is the cause of that, right? He is the cause of that, right? You understand, right? So, verse 7, it said, for the mystery of iniquity do it already work. See, he's the mystery of iniquity. Right? It's not mystery to the man the Lord, because the Most High revealed to the man the Lord through his Holy Spirit, which is the scriptures. Right? It said, for the mystery of iniquity do it already work, and the mystery of iniquity is so-called white man. It said, only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way. Right? You understand? And he be taken out of the way. Right? He's going to be destroyed. Right? Right? The so-called white man will be destroyed. Right? Verse 8, he said, and then be revealed, and being revealed right now, the so-called white Malachi 1 and 4, right? This is the bar of wickedness. Right? Right? Shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, is the Holy Spirit, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And then it's unto the so-called white man, he's gonna be destroyed. You understand? Yeah, he's gonna be destroyed. You don't got no more place for him. You understand? Yeah. Yeah. All right. They ain't got no more place. They ain't got no more place for this devil. All right. He's gonna be destroyed. All right. Yeah. select here. Let me just get this. All right. Let me get this out of. Yeah. Yeah, let me get this out of the article here and put it up here for you. Right? Yeah, let me get this out of. Yeah. Get this out of the article here. Yeah, this one is the White House. The White House acknowledged the US is at war in 7 countries, right? They're at war in 7 countries. That's right. Right? So you're telling me they're oppressing, they're going to oppress these people? You understand? Right? Yeah, so let me go through this other article here. Yeah. Right. Let me go through this. It's right. They said the US is officially fighting war in 7 countries, including Libya, Niger, according to an unclassified White House report sent to Congress this week and obtained by the New York Times. You understand? It's right. They say right. They said knowing. It said knowing no. It said no officially as a report. He said on the legal and policy framework. It's a guiding the United States military force and relate national security operation. The document is part of an outline in 2008 defense spending bill. The White House is already required to update Congress every 6 months on where the U.S. is using military force. Right? So they oppressing these, oppressing these nations. You understand? So look at this man character, you're gonna know who this man is, right? History show you. And look at the history, look at this man track record. You understand? Hey, the so-called white man good at looking at the track record, right? But these nations, especially two-thirds of people, they don't check a track record. They are gullible. But look at your track record. Look at your character, look at the deeds. You understand? They work and you're gonna see. You understand? You're gonna see. He said, right? He said more bombs, more boots, more casualty, right? More casualty. He said Trump first year, a Trump first year, a commander in chief, right? Okay, if you really nice the thing in the background and the plantation. Tutors don't observe, no, they don't observe, they don't consider, they just come and they just run them out. So Salakia for hearing it nicely. Yeah, right? Let's always go with 2/3. Salakia there for a minute. Yeah, all right, so right, let me just get this, right? Right? Yeah, it said a new report comes at a time when the Pentagon has expanded its war authority in several active conflict while adopting an increasing secretive approach, and is like to raise new and old concern around the constitutionally um, of exclusive war making privilege put in place after September 11, 2001, right? Which we know the elites is who destroyed the World Trade Center to what? To go around the world and set up the base, to be justified to go around and set up base, and claim that they're fighting terrorists. They is who put them American people to death. The elite banking family, Rothschilds, Rockefeller, DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, these are the devil behind it, you know. You understand? So they could use that to justify themselves to go around the world and oppress people and steal their resources to gain what? To gain global control. You understand? To gain global control. It's where is the U.S. at war? It said though President Donald Trump uh, campaigned on a more isolationist foreign policy platform, he said he has largely expanded and reinvigorate his predecessor. He said conflict in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, Somalia, Libya, right? These are the country that is devil at war right now. You understand? Right? So these are the seven countries: Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, Somalia, Libya, and Niger. Right? Niger, so like in Niger, right? He said the report gave the clearest indication to date of America's most pressing military conflict under Trump, largely detailing and unpicking indirect and indirect combat, as well as advise and assist operation across all regions. Right? He said in Afghanistan, the U.S. continued its 16-year-long battle against the Taliban. So you battling in Afghanistan 16 years now against Taliban. First was that Saddam Hussein have weapon of mass destruction. After that, they go take out Saddam Hussein, you collapse the country. Now you're still in Afghanistan fighting terrorists. No, you there for the poppy field. You there for the poor resources, right? You there for the people resources, right? So you in Afghanistan, 16-year fighting a war, right? You oppressing the people. You oppressing the people, and these people they're gonna turn on you. And like America is an unwalled village, and these nations gonna invade America, and there's prophecy, right? There's prophecy. Micah 2:1, he said, woe to them that devise iniquity and worketh evil upon their beds. And that's what the elites do. You understand? He said, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. And that's what the so-called white man doing. Because the order is given in the hand of the wicked, Jude 9:24. You understand? Right? He said they covet field and take them by violence. They covet field and take them by violence. You 16 years in Afghanistan fighting a war that you create. In Yemen fighting a war that you create, right? You in Libya fighting a war that you create. You in Somalia fighting a war that you create. You in Iraq fighting a war that you create, right? Saying that Saddam Hussein had weapon of mass destruction. There is not of the sort, because Saddam Hussein tore away from the US dollar. You destroy him, you take him out and destroy his country, right? You in Niger fighting a war that you create. Now you in Syria saying you're fighting terrorists. Will you pay fun, and train. So which nation doing all these evil in the earth? Which nation got everyone mourning and groaning? Come on, it's right in front of our face. It's right in front of our face. Right? He said, and they covet field and take them by violence. They take it by violence with the military. They take it by violence with the military. You understand? And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. You understand? This is what the devil doing. Right? This so-called white man is the devil. Right? He is the devil. Right? He said in Afghanistan, the US continue a 60-year long battle against the Taliban. He said the Akani network, Al Qaeda, and the Islamic State. Trump announced a new strategy last summer that centered on boosting the troop count and generally increasing a strike in Iraq and Syria. You understand? So these is terms that these devil fund, train, and put there to overthrow government, right? That's what they do. They call them jackos, right? They got an economical hitman, right? And they got the jackos. And if these fail, what Trump do? He send in the military. You understand? We gotta have the military might, right? And they take it by violence, the covet field. Thou shalt not covet. So you so-called white people got a lot to pay for. And by the same way we are sin, right? By transgression and taking people land, people resource by what? By violence. The same thing gonna happen to the land of America. You understand? When the Most High allow these nations to invade it, right? He said in Iraq and Syria, the US saw major Islamic State clearing 98% of their territory once held by the terrorists. And before America invade these nations, these people were dwelling good. You understand? So when America go in, they fund the terrorists and send them in to cause havoc, right? He said the terrorist organization, he said, though not without heavy civilian casualty in cities like Mosul and Raqqa, right? He said in Somalia, the US more than double its use of a strike against Al Qaeda offshoot he said Al Sabah in 2017, and more recently have targeted Islamic State, according to the Bureau of Investigate Journalists. Right? Understand? So hey, it's right there, it's right there, it's right there. But hey, to thought of people want to be naive about it. This man is the devil. You understand? This man is the devil. Right? He said the report acknowledged the US has conducted a strike against the Islamic State in Libya, right? He said, but make no mention of the small number of US troops known to be operating in the country. He said, in Niger, the report said US troops were deployed to assist the Nigerian troop and added up into firefight with the element as assisted to be part of the ISIS, as the New York Times pointed out. The report also acknowledged for a first time a second firefight in Niger beyond the October 4th ambush that left 4 US soldiers dead. Right? So this is how I can read on this. You understand? I think I may get a point to show this man oppress a man and his heritage. You understand? Right? Let me get some. We can go into some precept. God, you people, you know, naive, right? You think this so-called white man's a saint, right? You got this how you rule. You rule in deception, you know. This is how this devil rule, right? Uh, this is second Ezra 11, right? Uh, second Ezra chapter 11 verse 7 verse 29. It said, are not thou it that remain of the four beasts? Right? They were four beasts, right? With the uh Salakio, we get to the right. Started with the Assyrian Babylonian kingdom, right? Four beasts, right? Right. And this going into the Roman pagan empire, right? And today we live in the second leg of the Roman pagan empire, which is America, right? Which is Babylon the Great. Why you call it daughter of Babylon? Because they adopt all the Babylonian custom, right? Which is confusion, right? This exactly is why they call it daughter of Babylon, right? Um, right. Yeah. So let me get to the right. And it says second Ezra chapter Salakia, right? Yeah, second Ezra, yeah, second Ezra chapter 11, right? Yeah. Second Ezra chapter 11, verse 39. Are not thou it that remain of the four beasts? Yeah, like starting with the Babylonian, the Babylonian Empire, and then the Medo Persian Empire, and the Greek Empire, then the Roman Empire. Right, so this is going into the pagan Roman Empire, right? He said, and art thou it that remain of the four beasts, who I made to reign in my world, that the end of their time might come through them, right? So with the second leg of the pagan Roman Empire, which is America, right, which is the so-called white man empire, right? He said, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts, right? These beasts is empires, right? These beasts is empires, like the Babylonian Empire, the Median Persian Empire, the Greek Empire, right? These beasts going into empires, right? He said that were past and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. He said, and so long time dwell he upon the earth with deceit. Right. So this is the characteristic of the so-called white man. Right. There's nothing new under the sun. And this is how we dealing with these nations by going and set up terrorist group. Right. He set up terrorist group and going to the people land and oppressing people and take their resources by force. Right? He said, for the earth has thou not judged with truth. You understand? For the earth thou hast not judged with truth. You understand? And this is so-called white man. He judged the earth with truth. Right? Uh, Psalms 58, Psalms 58 and 1. Psalms 58 verse 1, right? He said, do he indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? He said, do he judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart do he work wickedness, in the mind they work wickedness. He weighed the violence of your hand in the earth. And this is so-called white man. He weighed the violence of your hand in the earth. Some by going to overthrow governments and set up his puppet government to rule, to enslave the people, and to steal the resources and oppress them. Right? He ruled in wicked oppression. Right? So if it's not the so-called white man, who else doing it? If he's not the devil, who is the devil? Right? Understand? Right? This is Isaiah 14 and 5. Isaiah 14 and 6. Let me start from 5. It says, the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked, so the Most High broken the staff. Right now, the so-called white nation, they divided because they hate Russia. America hate Russia. England hate Russia. You know, the European country like Germany, you know, they hate America. You know, so they divided. You understand? He said, the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. He said, who had smote the people in wrath? And that's how America rule. Who had smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke? He said, he that ruleth the nation in anger is prosecuted and none hinder. When you devils be prosecuted, none of these nations are going to feel sorry for you when you be destroyed by the torment you claim inside. You understand? So they rule the people in war. They smote the people and in wrath and with a continuous stroke and rule the nation in anger by setting up all these bases in these nations and oppressing the people and stealing the resources, right? You understand? Killing civilian because of your greed, you know, claim that you fighting terrorists when you is the biggest terrorist. You understand? But this is so-called white man, right? This is devil for you. For you Israelites who be naive, right? Be naive, man. But the so-called white man not the devil. Y'all bashing me, I'm trying to put y'all out. Because y'all are retarded, right? Y'all are retarded. This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, it said, yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, or we transgress by wine. What is this wine? It's philosophy. So when you go to this country, he forced democracy on the people, right? He forces democracy on the people. He said he is a proud man. He's a proud man. You understand? You gotta be really proud to got over over 800 base in 80 country. You's a proud man. You understand? You's a proud man, right? You is a proud man, right? Let me see if I find it back. What just read it. You is a proud man, right? Right? Slovakia. Let me say pull it up back. Right? 800 base. Yeah. You understand? Our 800 base outside of the 50th state of Washington. 800 base in 80 countries. You is a proud man. You understand? Fighting a war that you fighting a war that you invest in. You understand? That you create out that you create. You understand? Right? So he's a proud man, right? It said Habakkuk 2 and 5. Habakkuk 2 and 5, it said, yeah, also because he transgressed, he is a proud man. Need to keep it at home. Yeah, you got 800 base, 800 garrison, right? You have 800 garrison, 80 country. So you need to keep it at home, right? Then this article I read also say you got 160 something let me get it back. It's 164 Let me still find it. 164. Right. Let's still find it, but you need to keep it at home. The 100 at the Pentagon overseas present is actually even larger. He said there are US troops or other military personnel in 160 foreign countries. In 160 foreign countries. Habakkuk 2:5, also because he transgressed by wine, which is philosophy, force democracy on the people, right? He is a proud man, neither keep it at home, who enlarged the desire as hell and is as death. Hell is the grave. The grave is not full. The grave never satisfied. So yeah, these devils got so much wealth, right? They got so much wealth that the heart could wish, and they yet still they go and steal people resources. You understand? They go and steal resources. They have more than I could wish, right? Let me get a precept. Right? Let me get a precept. Right? Psalms 73. Let's see. Right? Yeah, Psalm 73 and 7. He said, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. You understand? They have more than their heart could wish, but yet still they go to blow countries, stealing resources, going to these the enemy Middle East is Syria because of the oil. They want to go into Iran to destroy the government so they can get the oil. That's how these devil rule. You understand? They are covetous. You understand? He said their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. And they speaking of the banking family elite. You so-called white people, right? You understand? Talking about the Rothschilds, DuPont, Goldman Sachs. You understand? The Rockefellers, right? They are corrupt. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. You understand? They set their mouth against the heaven. Yeah, they speak against the heavens. You understand? They speak against the Israelites. They call them spicks niggers. You understand? They call the angels in heaven aliens. The too big eye. You understand? They put up the Messiah and his father as a Caucasian man, as a man lack melanin, which is a curse to look like how you're looking. You so-called white people, right? They said their mouth against the heaven, and their tongue walked through the earth, which is lies, which is lies. You understand? Which is lies. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, he said, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all nation. How we gather these nations? By going in and set up garrison, embassy, base. You understand? That's how we gather them together, right? And then force democracy on them. That's how we gather these nations together. Setting up these terrorist group to go into this country and cause havoc. And then coming like he's the God and savior. Oh, we're fighting ISIS, we're fighting Taliban. We got new strategy to fight ISIS, to fight Taliban. We have control over ISIS and Taliban. All these lies. You understand? The so-called white man's a thief and he's a murderer and he's a liar. That's who he is. He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right? He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right? He said, but gather unto him all nation and heap it up unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? And right now, these nations say, talking about the so-called white man. They fed up on the so-called white man wicked ways. That's why these nations prepare for war. That's why they're equipping the military and prepare for war. We're in the time of war, right? Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increase that which is not his? Who increase which is not his? You have 800 base in 80 countries. You have 160 US base in foreign matter of fact, let me get his back, man. Let me get his back. Let me get his back. The Pentagon overseas present is actually even larger. He said they are US troops or other military personnel in about 160 foreign country territory. Facts is right there. The facts is right there. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increased that which is not his? How long? Unto him that laded himself in thick clay, and the thick clay is what depths. America is over $21 trillion in debt. You understand? Over $21 trillion in debt. Student loan alone is 1.5 trillion. That's just student loan alone, and growing. So American debt, a great debt, right? See, lady said, take clay. Let me go see what the clay, what the word clay is, right? Have teeth. He said, weighty of pledge, heavy debts, over 21 trillion. You understand? That's why Donald Trump going against China and putting sanction on all these nations with the tariff war and sanction. They want to crash the dollar. They're going to crash the dollar, and they're going to implement the RFID microchip, which can become the new monetary system. There's these devil plan. They enslave the whole planet world. They enslave every nation, chip everybody. You understand? Right? Right? I mean, it collapsing real fast. Right? You understand? Verse 7, it said, shall they not rise up suddenly like that shall bite thee? Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? Or not gonna bite thee with them ICBM missile, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties, and unto them booties be spoiled. You understand? He said, because thou hast spoiled many nations, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, and all these nations gonna shoot a missile at America. Right? He said, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, all the city, and of all that dwell therein. He said, woe to him that commit an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Yes, so woe to them, right? You understand this so-called white man, right? So these nations gonna destroy the devil, right? All these nations gonna shoot a missile at America. You understand, right? Again, next precept. All these nations gonna shoot a missile at America, right? Right? Um, so like before this precept, the armor, the earth. Let me still find the precept, the whole armor of the earth, right? So like right? There's a whole heap of wickedness, right? Spirit of the Lord revealing his devil wickedness, right? God, right? Jeremiah, Let me start Jeremiah 50:22. Jeremiah 50:22. Right? This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. He said, a song of battle is in the land and of great destruction. And this will come to you, Edomites, right? You so-called white people, right? This will come into you, right? America gonna be destroyed in 1 hour. Revelation 18 and Revelation chapter 18. Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder? America, the military is the hammer of the earth. That's how they're going to pump these nations to nothing and oppress these nations. Look what they do in Afghanistan. Collapse it. Oppressing them to this day still. Look what they do in Iraq. Collapse it. Oppressing them to this day still. Look what they're doing in Syria and in Syria. Look what they're doing in Yemen. Look what they're doing in Libya. Look what they're doing in Somalia. Look what they're doing in Niger. You understand? Look what they're doing. Right? He said, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon becoming desolation among the nation? So America will become a desolation among the nation. Right? You understand? You so-called white people will become a desolation among the nation. Right? So look at that. A quick minute there. Yeah. Yeah, slap you there. Yes, so it's all right. He said it's gonna become a desolation among the nation. Verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. So the most I lay a snare, right? And the snare is an ICBM missile. And thou was not aware. Yeah, that was not aware because these devil create these ICBM missiles and sell it around the world. So all these nations now, these like India, Russia, China, Great Britain, France, all these powerful nations, they have what ICBM missile, right? He said, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. He said, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast strive against the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai had opened his armory and had brought forth the weapon of his indignation. And the Most High do create them ICBM missile. You understand? The Most High do give the technology to them scientists, right? You understand? He said, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai had opened his armory and had brought forth the weapon of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, which is America. You understand? Right? It said, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouse, cast her up as heap, and destroy her utterly. Let none of her be left. So America gonna be destroyed utterly. You so-called white people gonna be destroyed, and you devils went into slavery. And after 1,000 years of slavery, you devil gonna be eradicated. You understand? That's exactly what I'm to you devils, right? Let me get this close off with this other one here. All right, 51 and 11. Jeremiah 51 and 11. Right. Jeremiah 51, 11. Right. This is Jeremiah 51, verse 11. Let me get on to 13. Right. This is from 12. He says, set up a standard upon the walls of Babylon. America will be ambushed. Ezekiel 38. Right. Right. Set up a standard on the wall of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchman. Prepare an ambush. America gonna be ambushed because all the military in different foreign countries. So They make their own land unsafe. Right? So these nations gonna ambush them. Right? He said, for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had both devised and done that which he had speak against the inhabitant of Babylon. He said, O thou that dwellest upon many water, abundant in treasure, yeah, they're rich. Thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. You understand? The covet people resources, steal people land, oppress the people. You understand? He said, the Lord Yahweh Bashem of hosts had sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men. Yeah, they're gonna be invaded as a caterpillar, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. You understand? He said he had made the earth by his power, he had established the world by his wisdom, and had stretched out the heaven by his understanding. You understand? So, hey, the Most High gonna destroy you, so-called white people, right? There's just a little brief, little lesson to edify the church of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The so-called white man is who oppressing all these nations. He's the problem on the face of the planet Earth, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai gonna get rid of him. You understand? And the earth can be at rest when this devil be destroyed, right? The earth can be at rest, right? When this devil be destroyed, right? And this is Isaiah 14:6. He said, who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke? He that ruleth the nation in anger is persecuted and none hinder. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. So when this devil go down, the whole earth will be at rest. And they're gonna break. You understand? Because this man is the devil. Right? So this is what happened, right? This was edifying. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders who were great in stone. Blessed sanitation to the Akiyah. Shalom.